All right, man. Told you something. You know what it is, man. All right, man. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. This is Torture Talk. If you've been looking for me, you found me. I'm right here. All right, so look, man. Today's episode, Wack on the 100 has came out and he talked about this Tory Lanez, and he's saying that Tory Lanez was set up. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't by Rock Nation. And he gave him an explanation of why he think this happened to him in prison. And I was kind of shocked. And maybe I was wrong on some things. But yeah. So before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. Let's go, ladies. All the fellas, y'all know the final ones at. Just don't harass them. I do sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers, over 17,000, almost 18,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from, man. So look, man, we gonna get into this because this is pretty big, man. It's pretty big. You know what it is, man? Torture Talk. We'll be right back. All right, man. So let's get it, man.
Now, Tory Lanez just got stabbed up 14 times.
It's my brother.
Tory Lanez is another one of them people when I was coming up. Like, that was one of them.
No, that's
the
my
music
brother,
was
man. I talk to Tory every week. He being there.
We had the only interview with Kelsey. We sat down with her. We spoke to her. She asked me a question in that interview. She said, let me ask y'all a question and flip it on y'all real quick.
It's like
Who do you
45
think
minutes.
shot her?
And what did you
And
say?
I was like, damn, like, I was like, don't ask me because I'm the honest one. Like, I don't know.
Who did you think shot her?
I said, you?
And what she said?
Because she was like,
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy how this... Yo, this is crazy how this playing out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is crazy how this is playing out. So, for all y'all don't know who Kelsey is, Kelsey was the girl who was allegedly fighting Meg the Stallion in the truck with Tory Lanez. Kelsey is the girl who allegedly was messing with Tory while Meg was messing with Tory, and that's why they had a fight. I mean, the story is all over the place. What I mean by all over the place, not all over the news, but like their stories are all over the place. But everybody allegedly feels like, well, let's say everybody feels like, doesn't make it true, but everybody feels like Kelsey was the one who shot Meg or shot at Meg. You know what I'm saying? And this story is kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me because you really don't know who to believe outside of Tory. He's the only one that story didn't change. Meg's story changed a couple of times, and Kelsey, you already know she had got immunity and she got on the stand, and it's like, but we weren't gonna get into all that. Let's just say that. Let's see what she had said about this, because they said they asked her the question. So let's get it.
And what did you
and
say?
I was like, damn, like, I was like, don't ask me because I'm the honest one. Like, I don't know.
Who did you think shot her?
I said, you?
And what she said?
Because she was
Okay,
like, you're entitled
everyone's-
to your opinion.
okay.
I was like, but like, based off this conversation, maybe I'm wrong, but
See, what Tory went wrong, where he didn't go wrong, is when he made that jail call and he told Kelsey that I'm sorry for everything that happened. He wasn't talking about the shooting. He talking about I've been sexing on y'all. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about the shooting. If you paid attention, the stylist said, I packed that gun in their bag several times, right? I've been telling y'all for like 6 months to a year, Tory coming back, DNA ain't his. I've been telling y'all that. People think I'm capping. You know, it's another tape out there.
Like, and you know what I noticed too in the comments, a lot of y'all was getting upset and mad. I want y'all to understand something. And this is one thing that I want y'all to really, everybody that's watching this that clicked on this video, it's never my intentions to make anyone upset or mad. That's not my goal. I'm just a commentator. That's it. if you don't like my take, you can either not watch the video or just agree to disagree. That's it. It should never be a point where you get so upset because I'm not agreeing with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Tory shot Meg. I'm just putting that out there. I don't think he did that. I think Meg is a liar. I'm putting that out there. I think Meg's been lying. She's been caught or she's been admitting to lies. So let me just be clear with y'all. And I want y'all to be honest with me in the comments. If I lied to you, just me, if I knew you and I lied to you several times, right? Couldn't you say that I'm a liar? If I lied to you 3 or 4 times, would you not say that I'm a liar? So what would you say? You would say I lie sometimes? So that's the point that I'm making. So if I'm saying that based off the stories that that Meg gave, her stories keep changing off and on, off and on. So how can I believe what she's saying when her story's changing? That's what it is. I just don't understand how some people feel like they gotta give some of these people the grace even though they're lying and not telling the truth. It's like some people get the utmost respect when it comes to their behavior because they are a woman. And it's crazy to say that, but that's what it is. She gets so many passes for lying and he gets no passes. Everybody is just basically saying that this woman, I don't get why that is. Now, this is not for all women, because all women don't lie. There's some in the comments that are agreeing with me. And they don't lie. But how can I defend someone who lies? I gotta say she's a liar. If you lie, you're a liar. That's just it. Like, I don't understand why y'all get upset about that. If you lie, you're a liar. That's it. If you lie, you're a liar. That's it.
But, you know, the parents of the child didn't clear. But now you got the driver, security guard coming to the table saying, I witnessed her fire 3 shots. Tory jumped out, knocked the gun out of her hand. The gun went off again. But it's 2 DNA tests that says 100% not Tory Lanez, that they never submitted to the defense attorney during the trial.
And his confidence through it.
Like, what are we talking about here? But we could talk about that another time. I'm saying, y'all, even with all that being said, right? Y'all think that, how is it that y'all think that Tory Lanez is doing the trickery here if he's the one who's incarcerated and the prosecutors and the police station and the DA office and all of them have all of the evidence against him and they not presenting some of this stuff? How is that Tory is the one that's tricking people when the opposition of his argument has everything and they are misleading or not showing certain things or misplacing things on purpose? Oh, we can't find the bullet fragments that were in her foot. What? Oh, dear, the plastic surgeon said that there were bullet fragments on her foot, but we can't find the fragments. We don't know. They like, come on, bro. Like, it's crazy to me, man. And a lot of y'all get so upset over something that you shouldn't be getting upset about. You're not Tory Lanez and you're not Meg Thee Stallion. What are you so mad about? Like, listen, if you just take it what it is, you watch the news and they say something about somebody on there and you're so enraged. Why? You should never be that captured by your emotions over someone else. And then come to find out, if you find out, even though she's a liar, you find out that this all isn't true, you're going to just act like it's, and then move to the next story and act like that didn't even exist. You have a problem. You have to change that. Everybody that is getting upset about this, you have a problem. You have to change that. That's all I'm going to say. You got to change it.
Said a lot to me. Like, he wasn't just regular confident. He's like, I think I could share my opinion, right? I'm an outsider. I always thought that Tory didn't want the label snitch. And he also knew that he did wrong in the fact of I fucked her and I fucked her too. So I ain't trying to do it. I'll be cleared because my shit ain't on that gun. And he was like, let's see what happens.
That's it.
And he got caught.
Yeah, he was like, when the law does its thing, they gonna see it wasn't me. But they railroaded him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they
now, I said this before. I'm not playing that game with y'all. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. If I didn't shoot the bitch, I'm not going to prison. I don't want that. Oh, he snitched on. Yes, I did. I'm saying it loud and proud from the mountaintops. I got a whole child out here. I got a whole child. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, oh, so you're gonna, like, the crazy thing is, to me, is you did the time after this bitch took immunity, and we all know, well, we speculate that she was the one that did it, and you know, and Meg know. Meg probably don't know, but you know. You know what I'm saying? You know. But my thing is, which everybody's not really paying attention to, is how is it that Meg Thee Stallion said that, they said she was inebriated and she was drunk. But when she was on the curb, she was talking normal. She was saying like, oh, I can't go to jail. She was in normal everything. When they said, did somebody shoot? She said, no, nobody shot me. Nobody shot nothing. Right? But then she goes and says, I don't know if she said this, but somebody said that, oh, the reason why she said it, because she didn't remember what happened. Well, she literally was talking to the police officer and said that nothing happened. And my thing is like, why is it that you can't use that testimony against her? You can't, not testimony, but you can't use that. Either way, that's getting off the topic. I'm just saying, it's crazy to me that I would get stabbed 14 times, all because I don't want to get called a snitch. I could have died. So I basically could have died for the label of not being called a snitch by everybody. I would have been gone. And this girl here, you know what I'm saying, is living her life. Like, come on, bro.
Told Tory that he don't like
your
women.
Citizenship and all that.
Yeah, he saved a woman's life, Megan, from being killed, and then he stopped a mother from going to jail, Kelsey, right? But talking to Tory when he was in there, he said, Wack, everything happened for a reason. I'm a Canadian dude in a penitentiary in California, but yet I've been able to help dozens of men get back to court on appeals on cases they've been railroading. He said, I think I'm the sacrificial lamb. I was the one needed to come back to this place to help these people who probably need to be free more than me. He said, although I'm locked up.
I respect that, but you bugging out. Maybe you have to think that way when you in jail. For some people, you have to think positive like that. Not me. No. If he thinks he's a sacrificial lamb and all this stuff, congratulations. Good for you, homie. I respect that, bro. But me personally, I'm not doing all that. Nah. You gotta do your time, bro. You did the crime, you gotta do the time. I am not doing no time for no woman, no man, no child, Nobody. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not doing no time for nobody. I ain't taking a hit for nobody. Nah. But I know why he did it though. Because he had confidence that he was going to get off. So I'm sure that that's the reason why he did what he had to do. Because he felt like he was going to get off. And he's like, shh, don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. Maybe that's what it was. Just put it on me. I know he didn't say, he pled not guilty. So obviously if he pleaded not guilty, he's saying that it wasn't him. He just ain't saying it was her. All I'm saying is, I'm not going down for none of you niggas. You don't come this way. Go the other way. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
I still make millions of dollars. I'm still cool. My kids are still taken care of. But some of these men in here, family won't be good unless they're there. So he figured like maybe I was placed here. I know I'm going to get out before the 10, but maybe I was placed here to help some people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
got some friends that know I'm a huge Tory Lanez fan, and they're not Tory Lanez fans. And they hit me with the, if people really with Tory in there, he got stabbed up 14 times. His people would have looked out for him. They don't care about him. If it was some beef, they got it cleared, and his people set him up. No. That shit came from up higher up. That wasn't no prison shit. That wasn't no yard shit. That wasn't none of that. His appeal was already in. Friday, the defense attorney turns in the statement of the dude identifying Kelsey as a shooter. And Monday, he get hit by a dropout. Let me tell you something. That's a level 3 penitentiary. You have a gun tower. You got 2 correctional officers on the floor. When each wing is unlocked, in order to hit that dude 14 times, it should have been 2 or 3 people on him. It was 1 person on him. The gun tower never shot. It was no correctional officers on the floor. Nobody was there all of a sudden. You right?
That's out of control. That's crazy. That makes it even, like, for me, that makes it even more of a reason why I wouldn't have took no hit for none of y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't taking for some chick. Hell no. Hell no. She would have probably got assault with a deadly weapon. She probably wouldn't really got no time for that. Because Meg wouldn't have pressed charges on her. But hell no. I'm sorry. No. No. Absolutely not. So you saying that the police officers, the COs, wasn't on the tier when he was getting stabbed? Because I seen the video. No one came to help him for a little while. I think somebody did run down the stairs and then somebody ran up the stairs. But my thing is like, bro, why are you running down the steps? Why are you not trying to grab a dude? I mean, I don't know. And then people were saying, like, where was all his boys at? And people that was, like, he was helping, where was they at? And he said he flashing. Like, it's a crazy story.
So I'm listening to Tory dad talking. I believe Tory's covered because most people, he got his lungs punctured. Yeah. There's a tape that will be coming out. I had somebody watch the tape that's in there that gave me a description of what they was watching. Another correctional officer, I got a homeboy that worked in one institution, called one of his partners that watched the tape. Dude grabbed Tory's hoodie and started hitting him. Only thing saved Tory's life is he slid out the hoodie. Grab your hoodie, you slid out of it, and when he slid out of it, he started running, and dude was chasing, hitting him, and by that time, correctional officers showed up. Think about it. So where was they all? Where was the COs at when it kicked off? Where was everybody at? You know what I mean? So, he survived it. I don't believe they'll send him back to the penitentiary. I believe if done right, they'll release him probably with an ankle monitor to fight his appeal. Going back to LA County is a threat. You know what I mean? Because if that DA, that case is overturned, Tory's case then becomes case law, case study. Right. And everybody that DA's convicted could come down on appeal. Now we're talking about $1 billion lawsuit. Yeah, that's worth getting rid of somebody. Yeah. Right.
That's crazy. Yo, the crazy thing is, if Tory Lanez gets out and then he gets a settlement for a multi-million-dollar settlement, I'm talking like multi-million, maybe like over 500, 600 million dollars, and then he goes and buys Meg's publishing or some shit like that. Bro, that would be crazy. I don't think he would do that, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just weird to me. Like, it's not weird, but that case study thing, people reference that back to them case studies. So you go to court and they say, oh, they pull up a document and said, the state versus Tory Lanez, and they say that this happened and they exempt this DNA evidence and all that. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. And it's crazy because people be pulling up stuff from the 60s and like they do it all the time. And that's how people get off.
We are in America. Underestimate nothing.
Do you think that there's going to be some retaliation inside of that prison?
Definitely. That's just how they go.
Yeah.
The dude that did it, when he gets to the SHU program, they're going to take his life because he didn't complete the task.
Yeah.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, what?
Yo, yo, he's openly saying this. Damn. He said when he get to the SHU program, they're going to take his life. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Damn. If you hear about this dude dying, Wack 100 on some shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If we hear about this dude dying, bro, he on one, bro.
All that is going on inside of that prison, obviously for Tory Lanez, do you feel like he'll be received well when he comes home? Like, do you think
what? He ain't never have to rap again if he don't want to. He got a movie, he got a series, his music, he got a movement. Tory Lanez been already setting up companies while he's been there. You know, Meg gonna have to pay him. Everybody gonna have to pay him.
You think Meg would ever get to a place where she could apologize to him for all this shit that happened? Or do you think that the labels are intervening?
Well, Rock Nation takes a hit. They only guilty of supporting their client. Yeah, that's a fact that I think Meg will get to a point where she'll issue an apology. I'm gonna be real. I don't think Meg even knows what happened that night.
Facts.
I think she was at a level of intoxication that she blacked out.
Yeah.
She thinks this is what happened.
Yeah, I don't think she really knows.
I disagree with that. Nah. I think she knew exactly what happened. And her and that girl just said, let's see how it plays out. And I think she did. Because there's no way in the world you're going to say that Tory shot you when you were fighting the other girl. Why would he shoot you? That doesn't make sense. She never explained why he would shoot her. You know what I'm saying? She said they were arguing or whatever. But according to him, he wasn't arguing with her. It was them two arguing and they was the one fighting. So I don't know about that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So we seen her lie. She lied on Gail's show. You know what I'm saying? Admitted to that. And I believe she's going to break down, cry, and issue an apology. But that ain't going to stop Tory from owning her catalog and everything else she got.
Yeah, it's going to be 5-7 years from now.
Yeah.
When everything kind of cools down. She's going to do a sit down 60 minutes.
The hate Tory got for what they thought he allegedly did.
He said she going to do a sit down with 60 minutes. Meg Thee Stallion ain't going to be on no damn 60 minutes. Y'all niggas say anything. She ain't going to be no goddamn 60 minutes. Meg Thee Stallion, I would say Tory Lanez would probably be on 60 minutes before her. Meg Thee Stallion on 60 minutes. For what? Like, come on, bro. Oh, my God.
She won't get half that hate for railroading that band for saying he did something he didn't do. That's the world we live in.
Right. Ooh, that made my blood boil just
I'm ready for him to come home, man. I feel like all this inevitably protecting black women too almost cost him his life.
Yeah. And shout out to my boy Speedy, because my boy Speedy from Hard Time Hustle, that's his brother, and he really took this hard. You know what I'm saying? he's still taking it hard, because that's his brother. Like, he loved him to death. So shout out to my man Speedy. Yeah, you know, every step of the way, Speedy been there. That's why all that talking about the people turned on him, it wasn't gonna happen. You had too many people in place that was there with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some real people behind those walls that was making sure things was good. But, you know, when something high above you send a torpedo, you know, and employed the mailman, you know what I'm saying?
How you get out the way.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't want to get into that, but a lot of people are saying it's Rock Nation, Rock Nation,
Nah,
Rock
ain't got
Nation.
nothing to do with Rock Nation. Rock Nation don't give a about no case study. You know, Rock Nation, all they gonna do is go into damage control for their client. You know, for Rock, if you find Rock Nation guilty, then I'm guilty for showing up to Blueface trials. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their client. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so they didn't do nothing that what they supposed to do, not show up to support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the LA County case. You know, if they're saying Rock Nation got influence over the DA's office, then that's kind of a reach.
Now, first up, I appreciate.
I mean, how do I feel about that? It's kind of like, I don't know if he's telling the truth on that one, though. Because a lot of these music moguls, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, they have heavy pull in politics. They have heavy pull in the judicial system. They have heavy pull. And I'm not trying to suggest that maybe Rock Nation has something to do with it, but I wouldn't put it past people to turn the blind eye for a couple of dollars. Or make something go missing, or like, so how can we get this guy guilty? Is there ways we can do this? How can we do that? There's trust me, it's not that far fetched for somebody at that caliber of finances to do something that's nefarious to get that man locked up for their, and then spin it and use it in their client's favor. Like, trust me. You know what I'm saying? You can't say she didn't benefit off Tory Lanez doing something to her. She had some of her biggest moments, not because of that, but because of that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it going.
For coming through straight from Colombia. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted this interview to happen because, again, there's like so much misinformation that be going on the internet, and then people kind of like size us up for being the wrong people. And really, I really am just a good dude that be having, you know, I decided to open up a platform because I wanted to sit down and talk to people.
I think you giving another perspective. You feel like it's 100 podcasts out there that's gonna ask the radical crazy shit. Yeah, so I think your approach is trying to get into the deeper emotional side of a situation when it comes to a person. Yeah. That's probably your approach. So I get it. It's like, that's your way of being different. Yeah. It's a lot of people on the.
I agree with that because I'm kind of like that, and a little while ago I was walking on eggshells when I had started my show because I didn't want to feel like I had to offend people and all this stuff, but I got to a point where I said, you got to say what you have to say because people are not going to always agree with you. And that's how it is. So it's not that, like, because what people do is they take a phrase you say and they try to attach it to you hating something or you not liking something. Let's say, for instance, like just say I disagree with certain things, right, that women do, and then what people will do is they'll try to latch that on to you, like, well, you hate women. Be like, well, no, I don't hate women. I just don't agree with what this woman did. Nah, you hate women. You just hate women. And people are short-minded like that. They're short-sighted like that. They don't really have the, how would I say this? They don't have the intelligence to actually have an open conversation about stuff without getting triggered or feeling as though you're attacking them personally, even though you're just talking about a situation that they had nothing to do with. And you're giving your take. And people get it, they take it personal. You should never take something personal that has nothing to do with you. Never. Shouldn't take it personal. A lot of y'all say, well, that could have been me. No, it couldn't have been you. because you ain't gonna be drunk in a car with two dudes or with three dudes fighting a girl with a gun in the bag, and you grab the gun out the bag and start shooting. That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's keep it going.
It's a lot of traffic out there, so you like, it's my lane. You know, I can cross over there, but everybody's over there.
Yeah. Now, with somebody like yourself, you're such a polarizing figure. I'm sure that part of you, one of the things that I keep saying and I've always said is I would hate to actually be a celebrity. Like, I like the J-list celebrity I am at right now.
I'm not, I don't consider myself, people
but
tell
they know
me that,
you all
but
over.
I don't move like that. I don't consider myself that. Like, people know me, they be like, yeah, bro, he don't be on that. Like today, my wife said she wanted some canes or whatever that shit, fries, right? So I go over there, I walk in, the whole kitchen looking at me. I say, how y'all doing?
Yeah.
They said, are you Wack 100? I'm like, yeah. Could we get a picture? I'm like, yeah, cool. They like, yo, man, you cool as where all your people at? I said, you know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? I don't forget Wack. None of my people. You got some real people over there behind me. That's some real individuals that come from some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That got real plugs and real reach, but we all move normal. Like, we don't let that get to our head because the people are saying you this or that. That ain't gonna blind us because we don't forget where we come from.
There you go.
And we know we can slip and be right back there.
Right. I mean, shit, you've been doing it.
That's a fact. That's how I feel. When I went to that Kendrick concert, people was coming up to me. You know what I'm saying? I felt, I'm never gonna shy away from treating people like a person. If I become really big and get 2 million, 3 million subscribers, I'm never gonna get to the point where I feel like like I have to shit on people. Nah. If I see you, you know what I'm saying? I'm dapping you up. What's good? What's up? How you feeling, man? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm moving. I'm never gonna be that person or I feel like I have to like I don't know how to even explain it. I'm just never gonna change. Like, I don't care how much money I make. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm just not doing that. I'm not gonna be like that. So I understand where Wack coming from. You know what I'm saying?
For a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
Learn how to navigate.
Y'all remember when 600 was signed to Don King? Yeah. And he was going back and forth with Don King getting out his shit. And for a year, right? He made one call. I got the call. That man right there at the time was negotiating a $300 million deal for Don King's catalog, fight catalog. Called him, he set out with Don King, and in 2 weeks we had it released. Wow. So you can have some real big fish in the room. You never know it would be because we cool. Like, we ain't never stepping in nothing, want you to feel litter in us, because guess what? It's some things you know, some things you do that we don't know that we don't do. Right. So we want to figure those things out to see how we can plug those in to empower us even more. And then guess what? Now you gain access to the things that we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
Another person I was a huge fan of is Drake, You're the Ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But you gotta understand, man, sometimes it's like that. You know what I mean? Just gotta be who you are, man. And truth be told, you know, I respect Wack 100 for standing by that man's side. And he ain't never fold. He always saying that the truth gonna come out. And so far we witnessing it. And again, this ain't nothing against Meg. I'm just saying I can't believe nothing she's saying because she lied too many times. So you already know, man. All right, man. A little inspirational speech for you. If you've been in a relationship and you just became single, let's say you've been in a relationship for, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, or even, let's say 3 years, 2 years, more than 2 years, and you recently became single, don't jump back into a relationship right away. Give yourself some time to emotionally recover. You know what I'm saying? give yourself some time. Don't jump back in, because what happens is when you do that, you end up bringing old baggage with you from your last relationship. And in your next relationship, don't compare that person that you're dealing with now to the person you used to deal with. Oh, that's what my ex used to do. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. If you're dealing with, usually what happens if you deal with similar people, they're going to do similar things. If you deal with a drug dealer, he's most likely going to be selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you deal with anything, if you deal with a chick from the strip club, most likely she's going to be dealing with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with a guy from a strip club, most likely he's going to be dealing with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand, give yourself some time. You know what I'm saying? To emotionally recover. Don't just jump back into something because you don't want it to be now the person that you're with, they're expecting you to do more than what you're doing. And you already still have feelings or emotions tied to your past. You have to get those hooks out of you. Get all of those hooks out of you, then move on. And sometimes it's good to stay single for a little bit, especially us guys. Guys, stay single for a little bit. Get to know who you are as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be out here tricking women. And tell the truth. Tell the truth. You don't have to lie, because usually if you tell the truth, you're going to end up getting what you want anyway. As long as you tell the truth. If you lie, you might get what you want, but you're going to suffer the consequences. Because people usually betray you. They betray you when you lie to them. So don't do it. All right, man. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace. Bye.